sports.
What up, everybody? Esoteric Eddie here. Namaste. Today we are going to briefly analyze a portion of the viral interview or podcast between Gavin Newsom and Charlie Kirk. This is pretty important, I would say, because we have yet to see something like this. I mean, this is like a top tier left-wing politician, grade A, left-wing, liberal, woke politician, Gavin Newsom, sitting down and having an open dialogue, soft debate with a top-tier, grade A, right-wing social media politician, Charlie Kirk. It's just like crazy. You don't see stuff like this every day. This is the new frontier of politics and media and everything, and it's crazy. But we're just going to go over the brief part where they start talking about transgender men in women's sports and whether or not that is fair. And it's crazy because Gavin Newsom actually agrees with Charlie Kirk on this topic. And that is wild. And he's already starting to get so much backlash from his own people, from the legacy media and all of that, for agreeing with Charlie Kirk and most conservatives in saying that transgender men in women's sports is not fair. So this is like wild. This is a historical moment. But he doesn't just agree. He doesn't acquiesce softly. He does push back throughout the interview, which I think is good for this public discourse. But what I want to say is, cheers to Gavin Newsom for being brave enough to sit down like this. I don't see any other grade A Democrat doing something like this. And when I say grade A, I don't mean I think highly of them. I just mean that this is like the elite, rich, fucking powerful, Illuminati level person. You know what I'm saying? So this is wild, for him to come down to the people's level. I mean, he's really coming down to our level when he does this. He's coming down to the people and saying, all right, look, I'm going to sit down with the man of the people, Charlie Kirk, in front of everybody, and we're going to have a real ass dialogue. And this is crazy. So, so again, he's agreeing with what some of Charlie Kirk is saying, but also pushing back. And one thing I want to say is it's funny because although Gavin Newsom is kind of rebranding here and showing some vulnerable realness, you can also see the habitual vindictive left-wing ideology and tactics come out of him. It's almost like a reaction, in the words that he uses, the way he postures himself in the arguments and sets Charlie up, which I'll point out. But anyways, let's check this out. It's pretty epic, dude. And actually, before we do anything, let me just say I love y'all. Thank you all for rocking with me. You already know I try to bring you quality content when I can. Look, for those of you who have not heard, I'm in the midst of having my first child. My girlfriend is pregnant. Our child will be born in 2 months. So I've been busy not only running my own plumbing business with 3 employees, trying to grow more, but I've also been but happily attending to my pregnant girlfriend and my coming child, amongst many other things. So sorry if I'm not giving you a lot of content, but I am trying my best. All right, here we go. Let's play this right here. Bam, right there. The homie says, how you guys were able to weaponize that. You see that? Maybe he meant it, maybe he didn't. But regardless, it's a habitual instinct for these guys to be like, yo, you weaponized. He's not even understanding it. He's like, oh, I saw how you guys weaponized this idea of fairness in men's and women's sports. That's a projection right there, as my man Carl Jung might say. He's projecting his own thoughts. He's like, he's basically saying, damn, bruh, like I saw how you guys were able to weaponize that for real. Like, man, maybe we should have weaponized that. You know what I'm saying? So this is an inside look on Gavin Newsom's mind and how he thinks of the world and politics and people and societal issues. He wants to weaponize it, use it as a political arm. Whereas I believe Charlie Kirk, as cringy as he might be, and other guys in that camp actually care about this stuff, and aren't weaponizing it, but utilizing it and speaking to the majority of Americans that feel the same way. So right off the bat, here we go. Mr. Newsom being vindictive, playing the left-wing Hegelian dialectic, reverse psychology, projecting bullshit. But anyways, let's get back into it. I still think he's doing a big thing by being cordial about this whole thing. Damn, again right there. I'm going to have to stop this boy every few seconds because it's easy to just watch this and not pick up on those subconscious cues. You see how he leaned in right there and then was like kind of like playing the soft guy, just saying like, oh, I didn't even realize it really wasn't even that many trophies that were being won by these transgender people. Like basically what he's trying to say here is he's trying to act shocked. He's trying to say, oh man, like it was so cool for you guys to be able to pick up on this huge social issue that we weren't able to pick up on, because I'm just now realizing it was hard for us to pick up on it because it was so few incidents. Wow, I can't believe you guys picked up on such few incidents. You see what he's doing here is he's minimizing the issue. He's minimizing it and trying to say you guys are ridiculous for even looking into this. It's really not that big of an issue is what he's saying. So let me go back a few seconds so you can pick up on that. Hold up. Okay, so here he's shifting it from, all right, like, I agree with you. Like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't have big, burly, used to be men in sports with, softer, feminine athletes, He's like, okay, I can agree to that. The science is there, but I don't like how we treat these people outside of the sports. And I'm sure we can all agree we got to treat humans with respect. So this is where he turns the argument into like, okay, the sports thing, I get it. That's cool. And he's getting into a lot of trouble for that. But I think that's a big step, man. Because, I mean, dude, come on. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even going to get into it, but I think most of us can agree that we're doing women a disservice when we allow for these transgender men to go into these sports and compete. I mean, it's just doing a disservice to everybody. I mean, it's crazy. And I would say the reverse too. I mean, it's not just about that. I think it's just, there's certain things that call for certain levels of athleticism, like, so for example, in women's sports, I think people with who are women, who were born women, should compete amongst each other for the title. I think that's fair for a man to come in and just be like, yo, I've been fucking repping 240, just doing like fucking 500 reps of 240 for fucking years, dude. Let me come here and just dominate this shit because I feel a little girly this year. It's just crazy, you know what I mean? And in that same vein, I think there should be equal fairness in the military. We shouldn't be degrading our standards of military exercises and competition and requisites to meet some weaker standard of people just because of whatever, equality or whatever. I mean, we should athleticism is about equality where the science matters, is what I'm trying to say. Athleticism is about equality where the science matters. All right? When it comes to sports, it's got to be fair. That's the whole fucking idea of sports. It's fair. That's why referees exist. It's fair. When it comes to war, shit is not fair out there in the field. So we need a high standard of athleticism so that we aren't sending our people out there to die and to cause other casualties. Okay? If your strength isn't in the physical realm out there in the military and your strength is more in the mental, shit, let's put you in a high up office where up here, it would be like saying like, okay, and I'm going off the rails right now, but let's say there was some kind of like, not very bright guy in the military who's like failed every class he's ever been in. And he's like, yo, man, I don't want to be on the front lines. Gee, I want to be up there with the tech bros and tech girls and pushing the buttons and, fucking coding and running drones and stuff like that. We're going to look at him like, bro, I'm sorry, but you don't even know how to do simple algebra. We can't have you in this room right now because you are putting all of America at risk. And for him to just be like, but it's equality, bro. I feel smart today. So let me go inside the control room, B, because I feel smart today. You see what I'm saying? So athleticism, man, just the workforce, all of it is about, equality where the science matters. Anyway, so we'll get back into this, you know what I'm saying? We'll get back into this and break this whole thing down. But again, so Newsom is agreeing, but he's shifting it to now a moral argument about how we treat these people, which I think is just fucking BS, man. Like, you're a politician, bro. You don't really give an F about people. They pick and choose who they want to care about according to the cultural narratives, according to the corporatocratic and societal trends that result in capitalistic gains. Do I sound crazy? Am I mumbling big words? Probably. But anyways, let's get back into it. So, as he was saying, even his friends are like, dude, what the heck is going on? This is insane. We got 6'5" big ass dudes competing against 4'5" soft feminine women. This is crazy. Anyway, so I think that's wild, man. I think this is crazy. I don't know if Gavin Newsom is slowly becoming red-pilled. That would be wild if California, where I'm from, hey, shout out the West Cali, baby, would become red-pilled. That would be insane for America, And look, I'm not really right-wing, left-wing, I'm more like chicken wing, anything. That's what I am, bro, okay? Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. Kicking it. Make my money, have my family living good. We all right. And I understand that's a place of privilege because not everybody has the ability to feel that way. Some people's lives are directly affected by politics. And my life has been directly affected by politics throughout my life in ways. But even during those times, I still was like, okay, how are we going to get it? Like, how are we going to maneuver through this and navigate our lives so that we can still prosper? Until the day that we are literally living under a fascist new world order system where you got to have your forehead scanned before you can even go outside. Before that day comes, we will always have the opportunity and ability to live the life we want. Granted, we work hard and smart for it.